All right, I got my two things.
We're going live, gentlemen. We are going live. Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Digital Hoarders. How you doing? I'm your host, Doc Cupcake. I want to welcome you all to our very first episode. Getting through some technical glitches. We'll get that sorted out in our coming episodes and make it a little bit smoother transition for you. But let's turn it right on over to our panelists. Let's head on over to Alden. Alden, take it away.
Thank you, Doc. Also, I just realized I almost said, what's up, Doc? This is a terrifying road you've paved for us, Doc. Thank you. My name's Alden. I'm the newbie to the group, I guess. I guess we're all newbies, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Joel's officially the newbie as of today, so I'm an old vet. I've been gaming for 34 years. I'm 34 years old. A lot older than I feel and look. I grew up playing games. My parents had an Atari when I was a kid. I don't remember the first game that I played, but the first game I really got into was for sure Pitfall, because I remember that was the first time where I thought, oh, look at this! Like I have to get past this point. I guess it was the first real difficult game that I played that really paved the way for me punishing myself with games for the rest of my life. What else should I talk about? Guys, any questions?
Whatever you want to tell us about yourself, that's what this audience wants to hear.
Well, I enjoy talking about games. I'm excited to do this. I enjoy having a space where I think and I hope we can create where we can all just kind of talk about games and things that we enjoy and not just take a dump on everything that we hate, because life's too short. Just enjoy it. That's all I got, I guess. We'll move on and ask questions as we go.
Sounds good.
Who's next? Didn't really think that through.
Okay,
Joel.
Murphy, take it.
Okay.
Let's get you guys. You're on camera right now.
All right. So what's up, guys? My name is Brandon. Kind of like Alden, I've been gaming for 33 years. My first memory of gaming would be the NES, Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, obviously. But what really attracted me to gaming was the Sega Genesis and Sonic. And then that just became my system. Everything Sega Genesis related, I couldn't get enough. And as I got older, I realized this is what I want to do, and proceeded to get every system that came out after that. And now at the ripe old age of 33, I don't game as much as I used to, but when I get the chance, I get really lost. Currently lost in Friday the 13th. Absolutely cannot get enough of that game, which is saying something because I do not like online multiplayers at all. But echoing what Alden said, the big thing that we're trying to focus on here is positivity. There's enough podcasts out there. There's enough hatred out there about things that are supposed to be fun. Gaming is meant to be fun. Watching movies is meant to be fun. This is entertainment. So we're not going to be focusing on the negatives of things. We're here to have fun. So that's all I got. Now let's go talk to that beautiful man, Joel.
Here. Wait, is this mic on? Is this mic? Can you guys hear me? Got this? So just like wait, what? All right. So anyway, my name is Joel Bashand, as my handle is given away. And just like Brandon, Alden, and Doc over there, I am also an adult male. So
What?
got into gaming when I was a little bit younger. Believe it or not, and it's gonna make you all feel old, and I hope it does. When my first system was the original PlayStation.
Dick.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yep, I know. And my first game I ever played, Crash Bandicoot 2. So holds a very special place in my heart on that one. But favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time. And you all can debate me on the Zelda thing all you want if you get into that. But currently, I am playing Rocket League, and that's an open challenge to anybody who wants to go up against that. We also tried out Overcooked recently, and That's You. And That's You is amazing, by the way. That's a free PlayStation Plus game.
What did you play Overcooked on, by the way?
PS4.
Okay.
Smart. Let's do it.
I've seen a lot of backlash about the Switch version. Just wondering.
Oh, okay. That was amazing.
My wife and I actually had Alden and his girlfriend over, and if not to play Overcooked, and if nothing else, that game will test the strength of your relationship. Because good God.
Yes, it will. Oh my goodness, and the dynamic of your entire group.
Oof. Yes.
Yeah. We've never been the same.
But so anyway, I guess that pretty much sums up myself. So Doc, why don't you take it on back over?
All right. Hey, everyone. As you know, I am Doc Cupcake. So excited to finally be back in the podcasting spectrum. As many of you know, came into, just wanting to talk games with friends and people with like-mindedness. So I'm very excited to be a part of this new venture. I have a huge passion for gaming, electronics, movies, sports, you name it. I love it. And that's what we're here about because we love games. So that's what I'm really excited about. As for me coming past, most of you guys already know me, but if you don't, I love helping people. I am a military veteran that just loves our nation, and I love just gaming. I am preferential to Xbox because I have a lot of friends on there, but I play every system, so no hate for anything out there. So I've been gaming since I could pee my diaper. So anyway, probably say my favorite game of all time that I probably played the most would be the Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda on Super Nintendo. Played the crap out of that and just really loved it. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell, and I get the beautiful job of hosting and trying to corral this male-dominated panel. So let's just get right into the fun tonight. I just want to thank everyone out there that's stopping by and watching us live right now. Thank you guys. It is our first launch. So, let's get into the games that we're looking forward to right now and what's currently out there on your plate. So why don't you take it away, Alden or Joel, whatever you guys are looking forward to.
What am I looking forward to? It's just... what a year we have left. Oh my God. Uncharted, Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy. Yeah, it's a little bit weirder when you're talking into a microphone. I cannot wait for that game. And it's not a game that I knew I was going to be this hyped about just because initially it was just DLC. But Naughty Dog can do no wrong. Uncharted 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. All of the Uncharteds are some of my favorite games of all time. Lost Legacy, I can't wait. I'm still debating whether or not I should take the day off of work to play it. I didn't do it for Uncharted 4, and I regretted it.
I'll allow it.
So Brandon said it'd be okay, and I don't work for him, but I'm going to go ahead and take him up on that offer.
I'll write you a note. I got your back.
What I've been playing lately, I've been playing Friday the 13th. It's really, and like Brandon said, I don't play online multiplayer games ever until very, very recently, and now I'm just playing them nonstop. Friday the 13th, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is from this point forward is PUBG because I'm never going to say PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds again.
Fair enough.
And Marvel Heroes. And all three of those are online games that I can't get enough of. But up until these games, it was not a genre or a thing I enjoyed, but these games are just perfect.
So Alden, before that goes to me, I need to ask you something important.
Go for it.
What's the best Uncharted? What's your favorite Uncharted and why?
I think Are we gonna have a fight on the first podcast?
No. There's no fight. I just have to know because I
don't-
playing all the Uncharteds. I had strong feelings for one of them. I wanted to know if you share it.
Well, I don't think it's a fair question or easy to answer, just because they all hold different spots in my heart. Uncharted 2 was the first time where you really felt that, like, oh my God, why do I care so much about these characters? But by the end of it, just every little line between Nate and Elena, you're hanging on it, just wanting to see where their friendship, relationship, where everybody's going in that game. But Uncharted 4 summed it up so beautifully that I have to say Uncharted 4 is my favorite, but it wouldn't have existed without the first 3. What do you think?
So my favorite one was 2.
Okay.
It's just none of the other ones hit me. Even 4 and 3, it just didn't hit me the same way 2 did. 2, I don't know what it was, but the way that it started out with the with being on the train cart, like hanging off the cliff, and just every moment from that, and then finding out that's pretty much the mid game. You're flashing back to how you got there. The story components itself, and I do agree. One thing I hate about Uncharted that I also can't hate because they've done such a good job so far is that the games don't really seem to follow a sequential story. You can play any one of those and not matter because all characters are reintroduced.
Yeah.
There's still some development, but it's so minor.
See, I kind of agree with Alden on 4 simply because of the relationship with Nate and Elena, and without getting into spoilers, understanding their relationship and what they've gone through to get to number 4 ties you to them and the events that happen, I think, a lot more. Well, yeah, you could jump into it. It would just be like a summer popcorn flick. But I think being able to understand their backstory and where those two have come from, I think I'm the same with him. I think 4 is my favorite because it ties a nice little bow on it there. And you really see the development of all the characters. That being said, I actually really I know when Lost Legacy was announced, people were kind of hesitant because they're going in a different direction. I think it's smart. I think it's smart to see what these other. We spent so much time with these characters, we didn't get to see Chloe in the 4th one. So this kind of helps pick up where she was and flesh out Nadine's character a lot more, because I think Nadine was a really interesting character that we didn't get into her backstory in 4. So I actually really think that Lost Legacy is a really smart game. I don't know what you guys think about it, because I know it was very divisive. So
yeah, they said that Nate's story is done, and I'm okay with that. I like the fact that we hit these beats. He did his thing, and we're done with it. And as much as I would love more, I'd much rather them leave me wanting more than to make me tired of these characters. So I love that they're taking Chloe and Nadine and giving them this side story that we get to follow now, because it's the same team, it's the same guys and girls writing the games, and it's going to be fantastic, and we're going to care about these characters more than we ever have, and I cannot wait.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you guys on all those aspects. My favorite is Uncharted 2 by far. Definitely, one of the most vivid moments I remember in that game was the Tibetan village. That just really sticks to me. It was just really striking. And if I remember correctly, that game did not lull in any moment. It was just like bam, 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 bam. It just went for it, and I was like, holy crap, So that one by far to me, just from a pure gameplay and a storytelling, in the beginning of the series really set the tone, Sadly, I think the 3rd one was my most, I think it was the 3rd one. Was it the 3rd one? Was the most disappointing to me. I'm trying to think here.
Where he's a kid, right?
Yeah, Drake's Deception. I think Drake's Deception.
Yeah.
I
so actually can agree with that.
So that was where it was at, and I mean, I even enjoyed Golden Abyss, I love Golden Abyss, yeah. So I mean, they've done an amazing job with it. 4, was great, and I have minor critiques. I always will, I wish for a more broader path, just like I still wish more wide open choices in Tomb Raider series. I hate the cookie cutter little paths. Like, oh, it's free roam. Oh crap! You gave me a little segment to walk up. Yeah, I can go an extra 10 feet on each side. That's not free choice. So that argument's said for both games in my opinion, but definitely Uncharted 2.
Going to change that. I think the popularity of Breath of the Wild is going to really gear kind of these big developers towards doing that kind of thing.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Well, with Lost Legacy, they have said that it is a more open path than Naughty Dog has ever done. So I am excited to see where that goes. But to what Doc said about 3 is, if anything, that speaks to me just how damn good this series is. Because if 3 is your least favorite, it's still saying something. Because it might be your least favorite. It's still a perfect. It's still an amazing game. That just speaks to how incredible the series is, because, in my opinion, Naughty Dog can do no wrong. So
yeah, they've done fantastic. Let's not even bring up Last of Us, because then that'll just cover a whole another hour.
Yeah, I'll cry. So that's good.
Yeah.
Emotions episode.
So I guess that's. Oh no! See, I thought we were going back on with our introductions here.
No, you go ahead, Joel.
Go ahead, beautiful.
Go ahead, Joel. Talk about The Last of Us, Joel.
Whatever, man. All right. We were talking about what we were excited about, and then before I rudely cut myself off, all right, finish this. But no, see, it's going to be interesting because a lot of the games you guys are going to be excited about are going to be very much different than what I'm excited about. I think I don't know which of you guys plays Madden, but obviously that's my next big hype train. Because PS4, if you're on it, we got to do online franchise. But anyway. I play the crap out of Madden, but my biggest excitement right now of all things is State of Decay 2.
All right.
I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so at least you all know this. State of Decay, the first one was phenomenal, but the only thing that made me kind of not play it was the lack of co-op. And they promised they were going to bring co-op, and they didn't. They canceled it. So now State of Decay 2 has 4-player co-op, and it looks incredible. You can open up your door while you're driving to hit zombies, man. Done. Done deal. That game, and it's next year, sadly. So maybe Cake can try and kind of push that forward. Get some Xbox people, man. Push that game forward.
Agent Cupcake. The funny thing is, I'm with you on Madden, 100%. Madden is my go-to every year. My wife always asks me, "Why do you keep playing that?" I don't know. I'm sucked into it, and I'm all over it. But oddly enough, the 3 games that I am most excited about are all DLC. It is the Lost Legacy, the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC,
I forgot about
and
that.
Dishonored 2's DLC. Oddly enough, all 3 of those DLCs are what I'm looking forward to most this year. Dishonored 2, Dishonored's one of my all-time favorite game series. I absolutely love that game. Horizon Zero Dawn is my game of the year this year, and any opportunity I get to dive back into the Uncharted universe, I'm all over it. So what about you, Doc? What's your most anticipated game?
Oh, my most anticipated game. This is such a hard choice for me.
You say Crackdown 3, you are out of here.
What's it going to be, Agent?
I like Crackdown 3. People just are misinformed on that, and that's okay. Totally, that's going to be a great title. But, I mean,
absolutely.
There's too many damn games. But personally, I mean, I am a tired and true person. I am excited for Forza Motorsport 7. I love my cars. Definitely, I can't wait to play it in 4K. I really can't. I'm excited because that means my brother and I will actually get to play games again together. So he loves racing, so that allows us time to actually play together and try to collect cars and everything. So that's one big aspect I'm really looking forward to. Then definitely got the Uncharted Lost Legacy, so that's going to be a time filler for my week off from school. So definitely will be playing that. But this holiday, there's just too many good games, and we got a new console launching. It's too awesome, So yeah, that's kind of my nutshell.
I forgot about Horizon Zero Dawn's DLC, and I just can't wait. Horizon Zero Dawn might be my favorite game of all time. I just loved it. I know it wasn't perfect, but for me, everything you could do in that game was just, it was like it was built from the ground up for me. So I might take off for Uncharted Lost Legacy. I will take off the day for the Frozen Wilds with Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't wait.
I still need to beat it.
Oh my God.
Would I get
You gotta
punched
beat
if I said I never even put it into my PS4 yet?
No, that's what this
100%.
podcast is all about.
No,
digital
I'm punching
hoarding.
you. No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Our
that is a
backlogs are ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't wait for, I wanted to say I can't wait for Wolfenstein 2, but you know what? I still haven't played Wolfenstein 1. So,
Neither have I.
Same with me with Evil Within.
Evil
I'm about
Within, yeah.
20% in Evil Within. Loved that game. Just got sidetracked. I'm notorious for getting sidetracked and not beating games. Evil Within is another one I need to complete because I'm a digital hoarder, my dumb ass will buy Evil Within 2 without having beat Evil Within 1 because that's what I do. So
Yeah, no, I own Wolfenstein.
yep, I own that and the new blood and the old blood.
Yeah.
And yep.
So if the audience didn't know, that is where the basis of Digital Hoarders came from. It was that, you know what, we have such extreme backlogs of video games that it's just crazy because as a gamer, we love to game and we just buy games because we're excited for the games, but hell, we still haven't even played the other 400 plus games that are sitting in the queue. So that's what Digital Hoarders is derived from. Back to you, Murph.
Oh yeah.
Back to you in the studio. It really does look like he's in the studio and you and I are just like his guests on his show. You got to all be in the same room.
That's something.
So diving into, actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll go with the games that I said. So Doc needs to beat Horizon. Alden and I beat Horizon. Joel needs to play Horizon. Dishonored 2.
I watched Rachel play it.
Dishonored.
I haven't finished Dishonored 2. I got pretty far into it, but I haven't beaten it. I will.
I haven't finished 1. I got it for free with 2. I bought 2 with
there
the
you go.
free.
See? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yes.
Yep. Then tried to play it, and we got like Rachel and I got halfway through, and then we got distracted by something else. Yeah, I'm
Digital
bad.
Hoarders, where we talk about all of the games that we never played.
Yep.
We get half reviews. We just do out of 5 because out of 10.
The box is cool, guys.
Oh man, I bought Dishonored and it's just sitting there. I was like, oh, it's on a deal. Once grab that, and then it's like, oh yeah, I need to just get in there. You know, you just get that feeling you're going through like, what should I play today? And then you're like, screw it, there's too many, I can't decide. You know, because we as people, you know, we're better with small choices.
Yes.
The national average says when you're faced with 3 choices, you're happier and you're better off. Any more or any less, we're ticked off, and that's pretty much true. So yeah.
Wait a minute, what's that say about this podcast? There's 4 people.
Oh no.
It's been real.
Of elimination.
Well, nobody has to pick their favorite, even though it's me.
That's true. That's true.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, you weren't supposed to agree.
Unless Brandon puts on the mask. That'll improve his look.
I don't think you can you?
Oh, anything will improve my look. I'm aware of it. I grew up with this mug. I know what it looks like. But, so what do you got, Doc? What's up next?
We're actually going into the backlog game segment right now. Basically, we're going to select one of, talk about a few of our games that we actually that are in our backlog that we need to go to. And I believe this is Alden's kind of thing where he'll talk about something that we're going to interact with fans on Twitter and that stuff.
Yeah, what we want to do is we want you to help us make our choice for us because it's too hard. It's too hard for us. It's too hard for me. I got a family. I got a job. You guys need to help me make my decisions. What we're going to do is I went through my backlog today. Just my PS4 and Vita backlog, I believe, and it's over 400 games. And I whittled it down to about 50 games that I was going to talk about, but then I realized that's too many games. So I whittled it down again to 3 games that I'd like to play with an honorable mention. I almost went with Wolfenstein, but I don't think that's fair because I'm absolutely going to play that game before Wolfenstein 2 comes out because that Wolfenstein 2 trailer just sold me when it was 2 minutes in. 2 of the, I think, 7-minute long trailer. But what we're going to do, I'm going to name these 3 games. We're going to put a poll up on Twitter. We'll keep it open for a day or 2.
Keep it open for 1 day and
Okay.
help give Alden and give us that little kick in the ass to actually play this game.
And whatever game is chosen, I will play and I will talk about next week. And it'll be somebody else's turn to throw their game up for you guys. Like I said, I didn't go with Wolfenstein, so I went with a few. One is newer that I want to play. I don't know if it should count in digital backlog, but it's a month old now. Pyre. Pyre looks so good. I've been listening to the soundtrack lately. It's just all of their soundtracks are good. Transistor and Bastion, but Pyre just looks like so much fun. A lot of reading, but the sports aspect of it seems so cool.
The 3-on-3 basketball tower defense style.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything
So
like
what is this? What is this game called?
Pyre. Pyre.
Pyre.
And it's
Okay.
by Supermassive. Yeah, the guys who made Transistor and Bastion.
I remember those.
Yeah.
And they
Interesting.
The same guy does the music for all their stuff. The same guy and girl sing on all of them. It's just so good. And that's what I played through Bastion. I never beat Bastion. Should I add that to the list? I did beat Transistor. Transistor was phenomenal. I loved it so much. And maybe it was just amazing because of the soundtrack, but it was a great game. So that's my first choice, Pyre. Second choice is Oxenfree. I don't know much about Oxenfree. I've just heard so many good things about it from so many people who I trust that I bought it one day when it was on sale, and it's just sitting there waiting for me. And I keep meaning to get to it, but I don't know enough about it to really be compelled to play it. So I thought it'd be good for the list to see if anybody leans towards that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a good supernatural game. Beautiful graphics, if I remember, and it actually scored really well. I kind of put that one in a cult classic. I think that one will live through as the ages go, but it's hit or miss with it. As some of our fans in chat, Sim says, wasn't a fan of it. So.
Oh really? Okay. Well, of Oxenfree?
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of Oxenfree.
Okay. And my last one is probably the biggest one that I haven't hit yet because I want to so bad, and it's the new season the season 1 of Hitman.
That's my choice.
It seems like
season 1 of Hitman.
Yeah, it's the first season. It's 6 episodes.
Yes, that's how they rolled it out as a season. Now you buy it as a full thing, but it's technically called season 1.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, I thought we're thinking of the same Hitman series, right?
Yeah, it's a new Hitman game, but they're calling it they called it season 1.
Oh, okay.
And it dropped it came out like a Telltale game where it's one episode that's a few hours long, and then a few months later another episode came out. There's 6 episodes out now, and a bonus episode, I think.
Oh, nice.
I have them all, and I know that I would love that game. It just sounds so fun. I just haven't gotten to it, so that's my number 3. And have you guys played that?
Yeah, and that game is fucking fantastic. That would be my choice for you. I don't know if I'm allowed to vote, but that's getting my vote.
Not allowed to vote.
So yeah, so sold.
Well, I guess maybe I'd like to know what you guys think. If you guys had to pick one of those 3 games, what would you pick?
I probably would go with Oxenfree for you. That'd be my choice.
And that's a shorter one too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, shorter of the bunch, I guess.
Than Hitman, yeah.
Shorter than Hitman, yes. So
Hitman's gonna be a little while.
I'm a big fan of all the Hitman games, and the one thing I will say about this game is they 100% ratcheted up the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
I got my ass handed to me in that game like I'd never had in a Hitman game. So if you're looking for more difficulty.
Well,
what about you, Joel? What are you picking out of those 3?
See, now I feel pressure to go with the group. See, actually,
the group went with different games.
Yeah.
Nah, man. See, Doc's the group right now because he wins tiebreaker since he's the host.
Touche.
See, I'm gonna now. I was looking up some of these as we were going, so I get some more detail on more background because like Hitman caught me by surprise. I knew the other 2, but Hitman, I didn't even know they did that. That's legitimate.
Came out
I'm going last. Jeez, man, where was I?
It came out digital last year. It came out physical this year.
Yeah.
So
That would be why. If it was a digital release, that means it's almost like they're straight to DVD movies. Sometimes they fly right under the radar.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Wait, all three of my games were digital releases initially.
Yeah, they were. They definitely
Pyre,
were.
Oxenfree, and Hitman.
Oh yeah, they're all. Yep.
Man, it's tough because it's between Pyre and Oxenfree. The thing is, though, is I feel like Pyre, at least from what I'm looking at, is almost like a guaranteed success, and I want you to be punished. So I want Oxenfree.
Okay.
A teen drama? That's like a weird. That's how they describe it.
I played it for say an hour, and I enjoyed it. Same exact thing. I just got sidetracked. But I liked what I was playing. It's got an old school, retro style to it. But it's like a teen whodunit kind of paranormal story all week. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting game.
I'm playing through Until Dawn right now too for the first time. So I wonder if that
first time.
Yeah, for the first time. Yeah, playing through it with my girlfriend. So,
all right.
It's.
You haven't gotten into any of like the spoilers yet, right? Like any of the fun twists.
No.
Like, have you gotten any? Obviously, it'll say anything, but
yeah, it'd be really cool if I didn't ever get into that until it was time for me to play it.
Oh wait, well, I thought you said you were playing it.
No. Until I got to those spots.
Oh.
No spoilers, Joel.
Okay.
But
all right.
People love the spoilers.
But that's what I'm. So would it be weird for me to play that and Oxenfree at the same time?
I mean, it's always, to me, it sucks to deviate from a story because like if it's like watching a movie halfway through, cutting off and then watching another movie.
Agreed.
And I just can't do that. And Until Dawn is it's one of those things that you kind of get really sucked into.
Yeah.
So I would recommend finishing it, but
I'm playing Until Dawn with my girlfriend, so it's not a game that we just play nonstop. So it's a couple hours here, a couple hours there. So I don't know how long it's going to be before I finish it.
I know that.
Oh, then you can't rely on that. But yeah, it's such a good story to play through Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so far. I'm only a couple hours in, 2 or 3 hours, I think.
Oh wow, so you're all right. I can't even talk anymore on the subject. Until Dawn.
Okay.
That was my break. That was for me because of how little I expected that to be and what it was. That for that whole year, that's all I could think of was Until Dawn. I knew it wasn't Game of the Year quality, but in my head, that's the game that blew me away the most.
So
I didn't expect it.
definite sleeper hit. Like,
Yeah.
It was one of those that there wasn't a whole lot of, you didn't see commercials for it. There was marketing out in the stores, that the amazing PlayStation reps put out in stores, so you saw stuff for it, but you didn't really see, commercials and stuff for it. So I do think it was kind of a sleeper hit, but I've yet to really meet somebody that didn't like that, at least like that game. It seems to impress on pretty much everybody that played it. It's the choose your own adventure games have been done, and with Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, like those kind of games have been done, but this I think put a different spin on it. It truly felt like one of those old school choose your own adventure books, and love that.
It also was a really good horror story, just in general. Like it reminded me very much of like a Cabin in the Woodish kind of thing for a good bit of it. Yeah, it was really, really fun to play. I love that story.
All right, now I gotta go play it, so I'll be back.
I knew we'd lose you right away.
All right, so we'll put that link up for you guys to decide for all in there. But in the meantime, we're going to kind of do a self-promotion so you guys kind of know what's coming down the line. And I'm going to let Mr. Murphy tell us about all our wonderful guests that we have lined up so you guys kind of know where this podcast is headed. We're really excited about the guest lineup that we have coming. And I think, and I can speak to the rest of the gentlemen, that you're going to love them. So, Brandon, take it away.
So as we've stated already, the big focus that we're keeping on is just positivity and having fun with games and trying to bring people in that have the same outlook, and everybody that comes on here is going to be excited to talk about games. And nobody that comes on here is going to be here to trash anything. That's just not how we're going to do things. So next week, we are actually having Richard, and I hope I'm saying his last name right, Lico.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, buddy.
I think it's Lico.
Who previously worked for Bungie, so he has worked on the Halo series. He worked on Destiny. In the past, he worked on the Condemned games, which I absolutely loved on the 360. But the title he's working on now is Moss. And Moss is an upcoming VR game to the studio he left to form Polyarc Games. The thing about Moss is this is the title. This is the hero of
yes.
Moss.
Yeah.
And working this year at E3, the only game that I saw win more awards than that was Spider-Man, and that is saying something. He's an absolute gentleman. He's a great guy, and he's actually catching a lot of popularity right now because he's doing something absolutely amazing with this game. So in the game, Quill, which is her name, does not speak, but she will speak to deaf players through sign language if they choose, and I think that is brilliant. That's something I've never seen done in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that he's fully doing he's animating. So I think that's amazing. So he's actually going to be on next week with us. But down the road, we have, if you ever watch anything with PlayStation, if you ever watch any of our live stuff, our host is Meredith Molinari. She is absolutely amazing. She will be jumping on a future episode. Her background in gaming goes way back. She used to host a show for us called The Tester back in the day, if anybody remembers that show. She's been all over the place, and she is absolutely fantastic. So I look forward to her coming on. Another guy who we'll have on, he's a YouTube/Twitter personality. The guy he's crazy, and I love him. He goes by the name of Hip Hop Gamer. Absolutely love that man. He's full of energy, and he's one of a kind. We have him coming up, and a buddy of mine, Chris Thompson. He's the running back for the Washington Redskins. Will also be jumping on an episode, and I thought it'd be cool to pick his brain because he's a gamer, and I want to see how he balances gaming and obviously playing football. Right now, he's in Richmond doing training camp, and I still see him logged into his PS4. So I know he's never far from his game. So he's a legitimate gamer. So I look forward to having him on here. And we got some other people in the works. Another guy, actually, if you guys are familiar with the website Flaming Toasty Stickers, the CEO of that company will be jumping on here. If you're not familiar with his stuff, look at their website. It is fantastic. He does light bar decals for your PS4. He does controller decals, PSVR decals, gold headset decals like are on Alden's thing there. Basically, you send him an image, and he makes a gorgeous decal out of it for you. So we're going to have him on here. Same thing. He's been gaming forever, and he's a super positive guy. So we've got a couple other guys that we're in talks with as well. So it absolutely blows my mind that these people want to be a part of this. I'm very humble, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well.
Yeah, as Brandon said, we're really excited, and we're just honored that they would even want to come spend to us. But games are such a powerful tool, as many of you know that I like to talk about. I believe games have far-reaching power beyond just entertainment purposes, just as was evident when Brandon was talking about Moss, being able to sign language with, interaction level. That is amazing for people that are, have other things to overcome that are just, not like what we can deal with every day. So it's amazing in that aspect, and I'm really excited for our guests that will be coming on, and we're going to go into the next segment of this is our another portion because we are digital hoarders. We're going into our movie segment. So let's head on over and back to Brandon because he is our resident movie hoarder. So
Yes.
Back at the studio.
Yep.
Back at the news desk.
That is one thing that I wanted to focus on is digital hoarders doesn't have to just mean games. My digital movie backlog is larger than my game backlog 20-fold. It's kind of sad. If you look on our Twitter, I recently tweeted out a picture of just the Blu-ray collection. That's not including everything else. My wife thinks I'm insane. But that being said, when you own way too many movies, far too many of those don't get watched. So what I did is I went through my backlog of movies, and same kind of thing that Alden talked about. I'll put up a poll, and I will have you guys tell me which movie I should watch. I'm pretty sure I already know which one's going to pick, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for not seeing two of these movies, but hey. So the first movie on my list, people might not be familiar with, is called Midnight Special. It's a Michael Shannon movie. Looks fantastic. It's been one I've been wanting to watch for a while. Again, I just need that kick in the ass to watch it. The next one, I know I'm going to upset people that I haven't seen. It's one of my wife's favorite movies, is The Iron Giant. I don't know why I've never seen it, because it looks fantastic. I just never sat down and watched it. And the one that I think is going to win, and I think I'm going to piss a lot of people off, is for some reason, I have never sat down to watch Scott Pilgrim. And that is blasphemy for gamers and movie buffs alike. I apologize in advance.
Can you blow up his video feed? How do you do that? How do you do like the effects where you just like blow up his video feed?
Pretty much.
Actually keep him on?
Make us disappear. Yeah.
But so I have a feeling Scott Pilgrim's going to run away with this one because it's just a very popular movie. No reason why I haven't seen it. It looks fantastic. I just need that kick in the ass. So we'll put that same poll up with those three. We'll give it one day. Come next episode, I will sit down and watch whichever one wins. Talk to you guys about how great that movie was, and apologize again for not watching those three movies. But that is one thing that I wanted to focus on is just the hoarding. The digital hoarding aspect spans across. It's gaming, it's movies, hell, it's music. I mean, the amount of albums that is sitting in my queue to listen to on Spotify is absolutely ridiculous, because I want to touch on all forms of entertainment, gaming, movies, television, music, all these things that are meant for us to have fun, and that some people know better than we do, so that we can talk to them about it. So I'll tell you what, let's go into this. Another form of hoarding is music. What is an album that's come out recently that you guys are listening to? Anything jumping out to you guys?
Well, I know I can start just because it's so growing up there was a band that I really liked. It was one of the first artists I actually bought an album and listened to it straight through, because as a kid I was one of those like one-hit wonder kids. I would just listen to I'd go buy a Papa Roach album just to listen to Last Resort, and then the CD would end up in the trash somewhere later down the road. But Linkin Park. So everyone already knows about the sad news of what happened to Mr. Chester. But they were such a big part, so it made me curious to listen to their newest album.
Same.
And I don't care what anyone says, I actually really dig a lot of the music on there. It's, in fact, in my head, the reason why I blurted out, maybe hopefully not interrupting someone, was because there's actually one of their songs stuck in my head called "Talking to Myself."
Yes.
I think that's the one on the radio right now. Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff on that album, surprisingly.
The thing I think about that album is it caught a lot of shit, and it's not indicative of the music. I think it's because it was Linkin Park. That's not the Linkin Park that we've grown to know and love. But if you stop and you sit down and you listen to that music and you take it out of your head that this isn't Hybrid Theory or Meteor or Linkin Park, this is new music. It's very well written music. It does sound good. I think it only received that backlash because it just caught everybody off guard. Like when
the Nickelback effect.
When when they put out Heavy, people are like, who the hell is this?
I loved Heavy. I actually loved that immediately.
I did not, but
really?
After Chester's passing, I went back and listened to, just no pun intended, how incredibly heavy that song is, and you hear a lot of things in that so I agree with you on that it is a very good CD, and I think people would, if they gave it a shot, I think they would like it. Just you got to separate the old Linkin Park from what they had become.
Yeah, you definitely do.
I think it's one of those things where with another album or two like that, with a few years gone by, people would accept it and enjoy it. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that chance, but people will. I mean, people already. I mean, that album's done incredibly well since, but it's just a shame. It's a bummer.
Yeah, it really was. That was the first celebrity passing to actually get me in just a way where I was like, damn.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. I did enjoy this new one, the Linkin Park. I actually have it in my playlist, so when I work out, it's on one of my workouts. But also, I mean, let me see what the chat's saying over here. Someone's, let's see here. UK Dazzler says, Guns N' Roses were my band in the day. These days, Metallica, a bit of Manson, got married to Nickelback. Well, okay. I don't think I remember a song I got married to.
I got married. Just how kick-ass my wife is. We actually, one of my all-time favorite bands is Atreyu. We pulled the lyrics out of a slow Atreyu song, and that's the song my wife walked down to the aisle to. That is a kick-ass wife. So yeah. So props to her on that. So
Yeah, many people don't know. I mean, I have a widespread of musical taste. Well, as a tweet this week, I put up classical because I go to school, so I like to listen to a lot of classical while I write music. But a new album that's really, really good that I love is The Rise of Chaos by Accept. I am a huge fan of German metal, so I love metal music. It's just one of those things. I enjoy it. So there's something you didn't know about me, folks.
There we go.
German metal.
What's the name of that band again?
It's not just Rammstein. It's also
yeah, it's Accept. 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 So
okay.
Yeah.
It's not acceptance. It is accept, right?
Yeah, Accept. It's a German band. So.
Yeah.
I'm on Spotify adding it right now. All right, I gotta experience this music.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I grew up loving all types of that, and especially when I was deployed, I had my metal playlist when we were out. So always got me into something, get you in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think it's important to just love all kinds of music. I love so much music. I mean, my musical tastes are as varied as my entertainment tastes. I love metal. I love punk. I love hip hop. I love classical. I love musicals. Just good music. Gaming soundtracks. I've been listening to Pyre, like I said, a lot. But there's a new Envy on the Coast album, and I love them. They broke up for a while and just got back together, and I'm just so excited about it. It's so good.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, and there's another an Irish band called Screaming Orphans. They you got to try it out though. They just had a new song come out on Spotify, and I listened to it today, and I was just blown away. So it's like haunting, but it's beautiful. It's really cool, but it's Irish folk rock, I guess.
The two albums I'm listening to right now, Silverstein has always been a band
I
absolutely love. Their new album came out about a month ago. Absolutely fantastic. The thing I like about that band is they don't change. They've pretty much been the same ever since when Broken is easily I'm butchering the name, but since their debut album, they've stayed the same. The other album, plug time, is if you enjoyed that kick-ass theme song of ours, it's done by a very good friend of mine by the name of Chris Baines. He actually just put out a CD called Tofu Mako Toro. It's all one word, TOFUMAKOTORO. Video game music, written, produced, performed by him. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I know I sound biased because he's a good friend of mine, but I don't know him,
and it's fantastic.
Chris is another guy to get on an episode of this podcast his gaming knowledge is extensive. So I'd like to get him on here in the future. We can talk our ear off about all kinds of great stuff. But if you enjoy the way that theme song sounds, go check him out. Chris Baines, Baines. He also has a podcast called NA Podcast. So when you're done listening to this amazing podcast, go listen to that amazing podcast because those guys are great over there as well.
Do you know Chris's Twitter handle so we can let the folks follow?
C Baines Music, I believe. Yep. So CBAINES Music. There'll be links there to get it on iTunes, SoundCloud, Amazon, Bandcamp, all over the place. Chris always likes to tell people if you want to avoid getting on iTunes because for some reason they charge you $10 there, everywhere else is $6. So look at that. He's humble as well. He wants you to save your money. So check that out.
Can I go outside of the box for a second? On music?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys haven't heard this, so I'm going to recommend this highly. The Hamilton soundtrack.
Okay.
Have you all heard it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is now in love with you.
Just making sure because I literally just played track 1, and before I could even think, I was at track 10. It was amazing. It's so good. Oh my goodness. Anyway, just had to plug it.
My entire family. My girlfriend, my kids, we were all obsessed with it for a long time, and I can't believe how good that soundtrack or the musical is.
Let's do a Hamilton podcast right after this slot. We'll have the 2 slot. We'll just a whole podcast network.
Yeah,
and then a Harry Potter.
3.
Hamilton Potter.
That's too funny. I just want to acknowledge some of the chat. I want to thank everyone that's in chat. Once again, shout out to Dinero, Inferno, Megatron, everyone that's chatting in there.
We have the Megatron.
It's Megatron 1. So they're speaking about their music that they liked. So give a shout out to Dinero. He's been listening to a lot of oldies, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, and the Ronettes. I might be saying that wrong. And then Megatron's listening to Kendrick Lamar, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Wu-Tang. Okay. All right, cool. New podcast, Who This? This is Doc Cupcake and the Digital Hoarders. What's up? So, but yeah, it's man. We talk everything from games, music, just everything. And we're going to roll into another spot, which is my spot that's kind of new, electronics. How many of you are electronic hoarders out there? Gentlemen, you guys electronic hoarders? Because I know sure and heck I am. And I just love buying new electronics. And I think my biggest thing on electronics is actually buying televisions right now. Because
I saw your tweet this morning.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Televisions are a hard thing to hoard. Where do you put them?
Maybe surprised. On the walls.
Yes,
everyone.
I like.
None of those
I like to have them. Yeah,
they're all TVs that have images on them.
Yeah, I got to have a television in every room I get. That's why I buy so many consoles. Is because any room I go in, dude, I wish my wife won't let me though. I mean, that'd be just sit down and. Let's go and play. You know?
You're not a true hoarder until that's done. So.
No. I just ordered the OLED finally. I went with an OLED for the man cave in here, so I'm excited. It's an LG OLED because I know 4K gaming and movies are on the rise, so that's definitely what I'm interested in, and I want to have something that's just going to be top quality. I want to pitch it to you guys in the chat. What kind of TVs are you looking for? Are you moving to 4K? Are you excited about this shift in media going to this new technology? Or are you going to stay back and hold into the 1080 sector until things progress even further?
I was hell bent on not getting a 4K TV until my 12-year-old Zenith Plasma took a shit on me, and I was like, I guess I have to now. I had a 1S, so I was like, all right, well, we got the 4K Blu-ray player. Let's do this. And I'm very glad I did. Now the shift has started to, instead of buying Blu-rays, it's all 4K stuff now. But I was trying to hold off, but nope, didn't matter.
Yeah, I have a 4K TV in our living room. I want one in our bedroom, but I don't have a PS4 Pro yet. I don't have Xbox One. What is it? S? That's HD.
Yes.
So, or 4K. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
I don't have anything that uses it gaming wise yet.
Okay.
I don't feel the need to yet, but I want to. It's not like it's calling me, but it'd be something I'd like to have. I'd like to see Horizon Zero Dawn in 4K. I'd like to see Uncharted in 4K, but I'm not stressed out about not having that because the game still plays the way it plays. So it's kind of at a spot right now where the games look amazing already. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to sell you on that. And I think that's probably the problem that Microsoft and Sony have had with it, is because you're telling me this game could look better. It looks great already.
Yeah.
So.
And it does look better.
I will eventually. Yeah, it does look better. It looks great. But I will eventually. I just haven't yet.
So that gives me a little feed-in question for you. How many are getting an Xbox One X or excited to go down that path? Thoughts?
I don't know if you noticed the blue that's on our names.
Or the green on mine?
Yeah.
Because we don't talk shit. No, but so it would honestly, if it would have to be the same thing. If my S crapped out on me, then yes. When I get on my Xbox, I like what I play. I'm very excited for Cuphead. I think that game looks awesome.
Yes, most
but to if I were to look at my console time, it's 95% PS4, 5% Xbox, if I'm being honest. So for me to drop the 500 doesn't make sense right now. But my S burns up, something happens to it, I'm all over the X. So right out the gate, no. But down the road, probably down the road. I know they've got to have some good stuff up their sleeves that are going to make me jump all over it.
Yeah.
I can play as that Doc Cupcake guy and Crackdown 3, so that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that, but, you know.
As digital hoarders,
You do know we all have to have 4K TVs, right? For when we play Crackdown 3, we got to see him in 4K.
Full 4K, yes, absolutely.
So if anybody has no idea what the hell we're talking about here, we'll let Doc explain that he is a. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so most people, if you're just crawling out under the rock and didn't see any news at E3, was revealed as a playable character, selectable main character in Crackdown 3 that's coming out in November 7th for Xbox. So definitely excited about that. My character was played on a lot of television reels and everything else that they were putting out there. So definitely excited about that. It's going to be fun. I'd like to see how people kill me and all kinds of crazy shit. You know, I think it's going to be funny. That's pretty awesome.
Wish, Doc. That's a weird wish.
Hey,
I've never
you
had
know,
that.
it's surreal, so I'm totally okay with that. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely not many people get that chance, and especially to be alongside the amazing Terry Crews as Commander Jackson. I'm really excited about that. So definitely, I know the crew over at Sumo Digital and everything else been working really hard. And shout out to Dave Johnson. You know, he did an amazing job getting my likeness on the character and everything. It's crazy realistic. So definitely cool.
Just don't let it get to your head, Doc. All right. Remember, anyone playing sports gets into a video game.
That being said, I'm gonna murder the shit out of you. So.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna play him kindly. I'm actually gonna make him a hero.
No,
Just hold his hand.
I'm gonna make Terry Crews kill him. If that's, I don't even know if that's possible, but I'm gonna find a way.
Let's see how many people I can get you to kiss. I don't know.
Just say you don't know Terry Crews could kill a man.
Go down.
That was silly.
Boom, son. No. yeah, definitely excited from that fact. Speaking of sports and football, it is almost football season. Oh, guess what is going on this weekend? Yeah, baby. We have got preseason football coming this weekend. And that's going to be one of the focal points going throughout the football seasons because we're all football fans here. And we suspect many gamers and people out there are too. So we're going to talk about our teams, what we're excited about, and what we're looking forward to. So let's switch it up, and we'll start with you, Joel.
Oh man, ooh, the spotlight. Well, I think I'm the only one here that has a different team that I'm a fan of, aren't I?
No, I'm totally different.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm excited to hear now. Now I'm part of the audience. No, so all right, I support my local Ravens. I do, and I have a feeling by the end of this friggin' year, I'm going to somehow be converted into rooting for the damn Burgundy team. But I'm a Packers fan. All right. I believe in the God, Aaron Rodgers. Okay. And look, I'm going to Lambeau this year. Every year I go to Lambeau. No, it's not a joke. Listen, you know what? Let me finish up this show with some Aaron Rodgers facts. All right. No, that's all that really needs to be said from me is go Pack go, because we're winning the Super Bowl this year. So
all right.
I like your green over there, Doc. You should keep that. Put a little bit of yellow on the bottom.
Good thing I'm not an NFC fan, so that's good.
Well, that means you have an open spot for an NFC team.
We don't do that. No, one team. One team.
Pick one.
All right. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, I am a fan of that damn Burgundy team. I'm a Redskins fan since birth. I'm a local sports fan. I mean, he's a homer. I feel like you should just love the team that you live with.
So if you move, are you ditching your team?
I don't know. I've always wondered that, but I've never moved, so I never had to think about it.
We're going to have to ship him out to find out.
You just buy a house?
Yeah, I did just buy a house, so I'm stuck.
You're really not going anywhere now.
I really am. I'm stuck a Redskins fan, unless they put a team closer.
That's how you know the quality of the Redskins, is when they say, I'm stuck as a fan.
I got to be honest. I mean, it's rough sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's some of the
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, you'll be fine.
Yeah, for a year. That'll be cool for a year. Until they keep franchising him and he moves on. We're being positive here, Joel.
That was the most positive hate I can give you. It's football. There's a little bit of leakage.
Yeah. There's a little bit of negative leakage. Yeah, that's hard to say too. Yeah, I'm a big Redskins fan. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to Chris Thompson, have him on here. It's hard sometimes to be a Redskins fan. Just the shit show that this team can be sometimes. Losing a general manager in the offseason and dealing with quarterback trouble year after year after year after year. We had our answer, RG3. You guys remember when RG3 was the answer?
I fucking do. Go look in my closet.
We had a year where it was he's going to come back uninjured and be the MVP of all time. And it wasn't just Redskins fans. It was everybody. But he came back, and it was just a nightmare.
Well, I was just talking to my buddy Cyril about this. He's a Dolphins fan, so he is not
Cutler.
About Jay Cutler at all. But
as a Packers fan, I couldn't be more happy for the rest of the division.
But you should want him up there throwing picks in your division. Now you don't have that anymore. But,
I know, it sucks.
I told him that same thing. I said that I think I was a huge RG3 fan. I think he was the real deal. But once he got hurt, he couldn't stay healthy. And then they tried to change the playbook up that doesn't suit him. And that was it. And now he's a free agent that I don't think, barring some major injury, I don't think he's going anywhere. And he's definitely a backup, if not a third string. And I don't think his ego will let him take a third string. I don't think he wants to be a backup. But I'm a huge Skins fan, and people give me shit all the time because I get it, we're not good, but you'll never hear me. I am such a homer. Like, I'm just forever hyping this team up. When Chris comes on the show, what we're going to do, though, when Chris is on here is we'll talk football, but not a whole lot. Because I want him to see that this isn't, hey, you're not on every other show that asks the same 5 questions over and over and over again. I want to talk to him about gaming and that stigma that gamers are these dorky kids that live in their mom's basements and they can't possibly be football players. That stigma still exists, believe it or not, and it's very, very false. So that's one thing we'll talk to Chris about. But as far as the Skins fan is concerned, I am optimistic about this season. I am every year, but the addition of Terrell Pryor, I think, is huge.
He looks good.
Is a freaking monster. I don't know. I'm optimistic. I'm trying to go down to training camp here soon, so I'm excited. Now, Doc, he's the oddball way out there.
Doc, I don't know who you like.
What I'm waiting for. I've been hyped up for this reveal. I'm gonna delay it by reminding everyone that I am in a basement, but it is my basement.
It is your basement, but your mom doesn't be upstairs.
Yeah, she cooks.
Sandwiches. Just wait. So just giving a little bit of fans a shout out. We got De Niro. We want to give a big thanks first to De Niro. He did our graphic work for the podcast, does an amazing job. Thank you, D. We really appreciate everything that you did for us. So it looks awesome. So shout out to you. He likes the Raiders. Megatron likes the Giants. Did someone like the Patriots? They better not.
No,
okay.
They did not.
Okay. All right. So, but they said that the Patriots already looking like they're on the easy road to playoffs. That is true. They've got one of the easier divisions now, thanks to a quarterback that does not believe he needs to be any cardiovascular training and can just smoke and play football all day long. But anyways. I am a fan of the second weakest conference, and that is the AFC South. I love the Indianapolis Colts. I am from Indiana. Goodness. Yes, I am from Indiana. I bleed blue, always believe in blue. I can hate them. I can love them. But dang it, I am behind them. I'm a little ticked right now because Andrew Luck will probably start on the PUP list, meaning he's going to have to miss the first 6 weeks of the season. And we don't.
Your backup.
We have Scott Tolzler. Oh my God, this guy is.
Wait, Tolson?
He's
Yeah,
so bad we
Tolson.
just fucked up his name.
Tolson from the Packers?
Yes, we have the backup. So
Yeah,
he has
good luck with that.
Yeah, he has 2 touchdown passes. I'm really scared, but our defense is definitely beefed up, and we're going to need it because we ain't going to have an offense, it looks like, for first half, and we don't have a bye week until week 11. So, yeah, we've got a very long season. We drew the short string. So I am hoping that this NFL season brings me a wonderful draft pick.
Yeah. I know
that is
I'm actually
basically
hoping
where
a
I'm
lot
at.
for the Colts. I actually like Andrew Luck, despite a lot of hate on him. He could be a top 5 quarterback like in the league if he could just get in there and play.
I'm just pissed because he let this injury go on for 2 years in his shoulder, and he played through it, and so he had to have the surgery fine. But it's like, man, you know, that's just kind of hurting our progression. So I was like, why couldn't you just take it there and we would have had a better year? But anyways, it's good. I'm okay with it, but screw the Patriots. I mean, no hate towards the Patriots.
We can all agree on that. That's fine. Hey,
Positive hatred.
we can all hate the Patriots.
Hey,
Doc, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you plan on going to the game this year in December?
No. So I have. They're only in town up in L.A.
Baltimore.
No. So I live in California. If you didn't know. Yeah, I'm West Coast, bro. So yeah, I'm
Joel's
up
been
in.
a member of the podcast for 4 hours now, so he's literally meeting everybody while you're meeting everybody.
Yeah, you get
So
to watch
it's great.
him
Joel,
meet everyone.
Doc lives in San Diego.
Yes.
What you?
Wales,
That's
vagina.
That's where I want to live. I want to live in San Diego.
My name is Alden.
Hey, do you need a roommate? Because I will fly right over there.
I'm sure
Digital.
Joel will love that.
If I got a roommate, I would lose my man cave. So no.
That's not true. It'd be a bro cave.
So we've all agreed Redskins are winning the Super Bowl this year. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then once you wake up, and then you can get an Aaron Rodgers jersey with me.
Nope, we're good.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up what we had for this episode. Really excited for everything. I want to thank everyone that stopped by. First and foremost, thank you guys for stopping by. And I'm going to throw it back to you, gentlemen, for closing remarks. Any last words, whatever you want to say, what you're going to be playing the rest of the week or anything of that nature. Go ahead.
I am currently all about Old School Metal Slug Anthology. If you don't have it, it's $6 on PS4 right now for 7 games. Damn it, those games are brutal, but they're so fun. So if for some reason you've never played those, change that. Play those. That's what I'll be playing while watching whatever movie you guys pick, Scott Pilgrim. TV shows we didn't touch on. It's all Game of Thrones in this household right now. So obviously we cannot talk about Game of Thrones without spoiling it for everybody.
Can't believe Jon Snow died, man. What a twist.
It's the second M. Night Shyamalan. But no, in all honesty, wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm looking at the live chat. That shit's blowing my mind. That's
Super
amazing.
great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's awesome.
We hope you guys like it, and you kind of like the positive spin we're putting on things here. You like the guests that we have coming up. And listen, reach out to us if you are somebody in the Twitter sphere that is a positive influence and would want to be on this show. I am all for listening to as many people talk on here as we can get on here, as long as they abide by that one thing that we're talking about, and that's just stay positive, just stay happy. And so if anybody's interested, reach out to us, and we'll see what we can do. But going forward, every week we're going to have different topics. I've talked to my buddy who is an avid action figure collector, and I think that would be amazing to get him on here and go down that rabbit hole with everybody. That we all have it. His name's JJ, great guy. I'd love to get him on here. He could educate us on a lot of things. So digital hoarding is what we're sticking to, but at the same time, I just want to have fun, and that can be whatever topic.
Yes.
You guys want
Yeah,
to talk
we're
about.
all fans of so many different kinds of things, and in walks of life where you don't always think that people are normal, and people kind of look at you weird when you say you like it. You know, I love D&D, and I love WWE wrestling, but when I say that out
Heck
loud,
yeah.
people just kind of frown, you know, because it's automatically assumed that you can't be a normal person and be into these things. But there's plenty of us. We just need to be more open and talk about it more.
Yep.
And we'd find more people coming out of the woodwork, like, oh yeah, I like that too. Shh. Shh.
Hey, Alden, who's your favorite wrestler?
Oh, probably. Wait, I can't keep doing the Batman voice.
No, don't do the whispering. Yeah, I was doing that just for a joke. Yeah, I got to keep the comedy up. That's my whole thing.
Well, that's your thing. We knew that. That's why we brought you in.
Joel
None of
in
us
the
are
basement,
funny.
ladies and gentlemen. Joel
None
in
of
the
us know how to be. What is joke? I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about WWE sometime. I love
That's
it.
good. That's good.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I do too. I think the writing's been poor, but we'll save that for another time.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I mean, they've got a lot to do. But yeah, to echo Brandon, I'm super excited to do this. We've been talking about doing it for a long time. It's a thing we enjoy doing. I mean, when we get together, we got together a few weeks ago to talk about the podcast, and we were like, are we going to be able to talk about games that long and not take a break? And it was we sat there for 2 hours and talked about all the games that are coming out that we want to play. And I was like, oh, you know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. So I'm just so excited to do it and be positive. And that doesn't mean we can't talk about things that frustrate us in games or in life or whatever. But I mean, we're going to be honest and we're going to be positive every step of the way.
Damn straight.
So, Joel, last thoughts, Joel?
Joel in the basement. What you got?
Yeah,
New
no,
guy?
I'm just excited to be on the show. Honestly, I really am, and I always tend to be more of like a behind the scenes kind of person. So I'm actually really excited to try and like outline future episodes because, as you guys can probably tell, we kind of went off the cuff for this one. But yeah, I'm excited to plan some, look at them, and try and just bring something entertaining to everybody. But no, this has been fun already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited to meet the meet Mr. Chris Thompson, so I can talk to him. Talk to him about the seasons. You know what I'm saying?
I will kick you out if you come in here with that.
What would
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, what would you do if Aaron Rodgers
Did
Aaron Rodgers threw the ball to you? Would you
Did
do
you-
anything?
Actually, no joke. I actually have a lot of like neutral things I'd want to ask him anyway because
I think
I
there's
can be
plenty of
on
cool questions. Yeah.
Piggybacking real quick off of Chris, before we get him on the show, I'll go into this more. If you're not familiar with him, read his backstory. If you want to talk about positivity, this is a man who broke his back playing college football. Broke his back. No, dude, who the hell comes back and plays football after that? To come back last year, he had a career year, and he's just a super humble guy. But if you want to read just somebody out there that is positive about life and everything, read up on him. You guys will love it. You guys will absolutely love it. Doc.
Definitely. Well, for me, yeah, I'm just thankful. This is awesome. Finally, excited that we did the first episode. Been really excited for everyone to hear and see, a different kind of style of podcast that just isn't like ones I've seen or heard out there, positivity with everything kind of interest, it's a boom, just have some fun. But no, pretty much this week, I am excited for the preseason game this week. And then I've got tons of school, so I'm in a 3-week course to finish out the summer session. So I am basically balls deep into writing papers every single night. So that's my plan. And then I've got SummerSlam coming up, so I'm excited for SummerSlam.
Man.
yes.
So, yep. So
Yay.
beyond that.
Come on, Brandon, you gotta get into it.
I sold that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
No.
Watch it here.
Hulk Hogan. No.
And- But, speaking to it, I wanted to make sure we address this. And Dee just asked one of the things I was going to ask about is, will this be the normal time slot for the show? I mean, we're going to work that out for the thing, but around this time, 3:30 my time, 6:30 your guys' time, probably about, on certain days. What are you guys thinking? You still thinking along them lines between a Monday or Tuesday or so?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here to
Awesome.
please the fans. All right. First and foremost.
Okay.
Murdering dogs in the background.
That means my wife is home.
What
yeah.
a perfect end.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
All right.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
When will these amazing guys get to listen to the audio of this? How can we explain to them how that's working?
So basically, now that the first episode is done, I will submit this first episode to iTunes to get it approved. After that, it will be on iTunes. And my hope is that one day after the episode airs live, it will be on iTunes in your guys' box. And so we'll tweet that out at our handle, Digital Hoarders, and replace the E with the 3, and you got us. So definitely go around that. So I do apologize for my dog. So I'm going to mute my mic, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Thanks a lot, guys.